Alright, so welcome back to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get straight into today's video because in today's video we just had a maintenance update and the newest character has just been added to the game. So let's go have a look who the newest character is. There should be no surprises because if you have been following their Facebook page, they did announce the newest character that will be released on Easter, which will be next week. And the newest character, if you don't know already, is the red-haired diva UTA. So UTA is the newest awake character, as you guys can see. So she's going to be the next character added to the game on Easter, which will be next Friday. So not this Friday, next Friday. Now there's a few things we need to go over. There's a few things we need to go over in this video. Obviously, we're going to go over her skills and abilities, but we also need to go over Anniversary. Anniversary is obviously one of the biggest events of the year, should be the biggest event of the year, and that is coming up very, very, very soon. So if you guys haven't already, you guys should be saving your diamonds as much as possible for obviously Utah here, and whenever the anniversary is. Anniversary was May 14th last year. If you guys don't know, I do have a couple of videos on the YouTube channel way back on 3rd anniversary when Luffy was actually released, the first awake character. He was released on 3rd anniversary. But let's go over the skills and abilities of Utah here, the newest awake character, obviously a skill type character. And let's see what she does. So the affinities, you're going to need Luffy, Taro, Monkey King Luffy, very easy. For the second one, you're going to just need Red-haired Shanks, very easy. Christmas Robin, and then Rosinette. Rosinette I can easily get, but yeah, I have all the characters basically. Pure Wings, Awakened Devil Fruit, Peerless Hockey, the same as always. This is actually very easy for people. So the affinities are very easy, you don't need other awake characters. Just before we get into her skills and abilities, this character actually is already in the game on other versions of the game. So on the Dragon Ball Z version, this character is actually Super Saiyan Beast Gohan. And on the Naruto version, the newest awake character, Shisui Top. So I already have a massive idea as to what this character does. So I already know how good this character actually is in the game. But let's quickly go over her skills and abilities and let you guys know what she does and how good she will actually be in the game. So her fighting spirit, Heart of Singing, doesn't belong to 4 war spirits, so keep that in mind. In all gameplays, adds 525 points of attack and defense cumulatively. Restores 410 points of rage when it enters the battlefield and restores 35 points of rage for each time it takes damage. Alright, so a very interesting fighting spirit there. Not insane or anything, but let's quickly go over her passive skill. When she enters the battlefield, her damage bonus and damage reduction will be increased by 10%. She will add 3 notes to herself. Big thing to keep in mind are the notes. This is what the character is all about, so make sure you're keeping track of what the notes do. She's immune to control effects in the first turn. Absolutely amazing. After entering the battlefield, the damage received for the first time will not exceed 1% of her HP. So she basically takes no damage from the first time, from the first hit. When she receives fatal attack, so when she's about to die, if she carries at least 7 notes, at this time she can clear all her notes, be immune to this death so she can't die, and restore 80% maximum HP. That sounds broken, but as I said, keep in mind with these notes, she needs 7 here, so keep this in mind. And then in the next battle, the damage received by herself will be permanently reduced by 25%. So this is really broken if she has 7 notes, so keep that in mind. Every time she launches a normal attack or skill attack, she adds 1 note to herself, and adds 2 notes to herself every time she launches an ultimate skill. So first turn, she'll get 3 notes basically. When she's attacking, if she carries at least 8 notes, that's quite a lot, she can enter the enchanted state while attacking. After the attack is over, so this is probably be her 6-star passive, or something like that. After the attack is over, clear all nodes she carries and apply a layer of cord to the allied side. Multiple play every time she is attacked, she has a 6% chance to add 1 note to herself and different effects according to the number of notes she carries. When she carries at least 3 notes, reduce the enemy attack rate and attack by 15% for 2 turns. So she'll basically get that after the first turn. So if you go first, basically it'll reduce their crit rate and attack by 15%. When she carries at least 6 notes, restores HP equal to 10% of her maximum HP and 200 points of rage. For every successful addition of a note, she gets 2% control rate and 1% damage reduction, permanently increasing. It's not insane or anything, it's very low numbers, 2%, 1%, very, very minimal. The note can store up to 9 pieces, so she can have 9 notes at a time. Enchanted states, this is this. Alright, so Enchanted State, this is when she has 7 notes, I believe. No, 8 notes. So when she has 8 notes, almost the max notes, the attack comes with 80% lifesteal rate and ignores the enemy's 80% defense, damage reduction, crit resistance rate, and block rate, and at the same time she is immune to all damage and control effects. Absolutely amazing, but she does need 8 notes, keep that in mind. Next thing, the Cord. She will not take damage when she is attacked. She will convert 20% of the original damage into her own HP. After the effect is triggered, 1 layer of cord will be consumed. This is basically very similar to a 6-star passive on Luffy, if you know about that. And it's very similar to Zori's effect with the layer of the stuff that he applies. That's what people found in Naruto. It was very similar to those two. You could have like double Susanoo codes, one in the back and one in the front. Now the problem is getting the amount of notes for her abilities. So let's go over her basic skill. Dealing 180% plus 20 points of damage to a single enemy and increasing the damage received by the targets by 35% for 2 turns. That's actually huge. It is only one single enemy. Starlight, when releasing skills to attack, count the number of notes she carries, and for each note, restore 50 points of rage to herself and the surrounding crews, and increase around 15% small skill damage and defense for 2 turns. If she carries at least 3 notes, charm the enemy crew and reduce the target's control rate by 30% for 2 turns. So this last part is really good. Overall, it's very decent, but again, you need the notes for the additional effects. Lastly, going over her ultimate skill, New Genesis. Dealing 185% plus 22 points of damage to all enemies, so AoE ultimate, reducing the defense of all enemies by 18%, and increasing the damage reduction of herself and surrounding crews by 25%. So very similar to Zoro, the surrounding crews increases damage reduction. When releasing an ultimate skill, ignore 50% of the enemy's defense and reduce the control rate of all enemies by 15% with 2 turns. So it's absolutely amazing. She's going to be hitting quite hard. She's ignoring a lot of defense. Count the number of notes. Romantic Song Paradise. Count the number of notes she carries at this time, and for each note, restore HP equal to 5% of her maximum HP for herself and the surrounding crews. So this is why you want to put her in the middle row, just like Zoroastra. Increase defense and block strength by 10% for 2 turns. If she carries at least 3 nodes, increase 35% control immunity rate and 50% block rate for herself and the surrounding crew for 2 turns. So absolutely amazing. And apply 1 layer of cord to each of those crews. That's basically what Zoro does. If she carries at least 6 nodes, the damage received by all enemies in the next turn will increase by 35%, and there is a 50% chance to silence all enemies. Now this sounds very broken, but keep in mind you need 6 notes. And remember, if we go all the way back to a passive, the way she gets notes is right here. Yes, every time she launches a normal attack or skill attack, add 1 note. And then adds 2 notes every time she launches ultimate skill. So keep that in mind. It is actually quite hard to get notes as 4-star. And the reason why I say 4-star is because I do know what her potential levels will be. Because obviously I've played with Shisui on the Naruto version of the game. And this character does seem very broken. I'm sure she'll do alright early game, early mid game as 4-star. But you really need this character at 5-star potential too. And you understand when you see her potential too when she comes into the game. Because getting these chords is very hard. Getting these notes is very hard with the way she is as 4-star. So you really need her. This is what the Naruto people were telling me, is she's very lackluster at 4 stars, and you really need the 5-star potential 2 passive. But just going over her 5-star passive, damage bonus 8%, 15% crit rate, absolutely amazing. When the ultimate skill is released, damage received all enemies will be increased by 20%, so absolutely amazing. And then this one should be the complete opposite. So yeah, damage reduction, crit resistance rate. When the ultimate skill is released, the seeking damage received by all allies is reduced by 100% for 2 turns. So yeah, this character gets really, really strong at 6-star. Just like Zoro, you really want this character at 6-star. Reducing seeking damage is broken. Because you can put Zoro, let's say you put Zoro front row. He's obviously reducing. You can put her back row. And you get both effects. The team is so tanky. The battles go so long on the Naruto version. It's crazy having those two on the same team. Madara Top and Shisui, the counterparts of Azure, Zoro, and this character right here. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this character. I have played with it obviously on the Naruto version of the game. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.